Hi YouTube. So today we're going to talk about getting into road cycling in the US, more specifically racing road cycling or road bicycles in the USA. I wanted to do this video because a lot of people that have been following my adventures don't know a lot about road cycling and they don't know about how it works specifically in the US. So I wanted to run through what it looks like to get into it and what the process looks like to go all the way to a professional bike racer in the US. So as a beginner, who you might be one, who I was not that long ago, it's really easy to get into. All you have to do is go to USA Cycling online and buy a license. The license costs, I believe, $99 a year and lasts for a year, of course. With that license, you're able to sign up for any race. You can look online for criteriums, road races, time trials, omniums, all kinds of stuff that you can race with your road bike wherever you are in the US, and register, give them your license number, and you're good to go. You start at category 5, or now they've changed it to novice. What does this mean? This means that basically you'll be racing against other people of the same level as you, so that you're not racing against people that are much faster, so that you have more fun and are more competitive with those that are at the same level as you. So you start at category 5. Then as you race more, as you train more, as you get better, you want to start moving into a more competitive category to where you are that matches your level of fitness. So from category 5, you'll move up to 4, 3, 2, 1, and so on. The way to do that is to follow the USA Cycling point system. This point system is available online. It can seem a little complicated, but it's actually pretty straightforward. You get points based on your results. With those points, you move up in categories. Very straightforward. There's a table online that describes how many points you get in each race from each result. So let's run through what it takes to move up in these levels and how you get those specific points. As a category 5 or novice rider, you are put in this category automatically because USA Cycling assumes you're a beginner and you need some beginner race experience, which is awesome and really applicable to most people. But some people already have some experience, they just haven't raced yet, or they haven't raced in the US yet. So if that is the case, you can request to upgrade to category 4 without doing any racing at all. So you request, they move you up, that's fine. Previously, in previous years, you'd have to actually get some results. So when I was a category 5, what I had to do to move to category 4 was finish 10 races, start and finish 10 road races. Now all you have to do is ask. Some people stay in category 5 longer than others. Basically, you stay in category 5 until you're comfortable to move to category 4. There are 2 ways to move up. Voluntarily, you basically decide that you're ready and you have the requirements, or mandatory, which is basically when you've raced quote-unquote too much or became quote-unquote too good at the category that you're in and they ask you to move up. This is also called by most cyclists in the US sandbagging. So someone that is stuck in a category that they're really good at and they don't want to move up is a sandbagger. Moving on. So from category 5, again, all you have to do is ask, move to category 4. If you don't and you get 10 points in 12 months, you're moved up to category 4 automatically. Once you're in category 4, to move up to category 3, all you have to do is get 20 points in 36 months. So once you get those 20 points, you can submit a request to move to category 3. USA Cycling reviews your application and you move up. If you don't do so voluntarily and you do get 30 points in 12 months or 3 wins in a field of 21 plus starters in 12 months, you will again be moved up to category 3 automatically. So now it's getting more competitive. You're getting faster, you're training more, and you are getting more results. From category 3 to category 2, what you have to do is accumulate 30 points. So 10 more points than in the previous level. The way you do this is the exact same as category 3. And once you achieve those 30 points in a period again of 36 months, you can request for that upgrade. If you don't do so, the mandatory upgrade comes at 40 points in 12 months, again 10 more than the previous level, or when you get 3 wins in a field of 21 plus riders in the past 12 months. Once you do that, you're officially a category 2. The way racing works in the US is there's usually races of category 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. and pro. We'll talk about pro later. But what also usually happens is that they'll mix. So you'll have 5-4 races, you'll have 4-3 races, 3-2, and you'll have 1-2 races. A lot of the time, they shrink that even more, and they do beginner races, they'll do 3-4 races, and they'll do 1-2 races. Obviously, for organizers, the least amount of races, probably the easier it is to organize. It is very popular to hear the term P123, which means pros, 1s, 2s, and 3s race together, which is already that higher level, which once you get to category 3, you see that the difference starts becoming smaller between the riders. So back to the explanation of the categories. Now we're in category 2, and there's only one more level to achieve with set points. So to move up to category 1, what you have to do is accumulate 35 points in a period of 36 months. So that is 5 more than the previous, 15 more than the one before. Once you get to those 35 points, submit your application and you move up to category 1. If you don't do so and you achieve 50 points in a period of 12 months or 3 wins in fields of 50 plus riders in 12 months, you will be moved up to category 1 automatically. So that is pretty much the 5 levels of road cycling in the USA, and then pro. So pro, once you get to level 1, there's kind of no direct way of moving up, but there is a category above it called pro, professional. The way that you move into that category is by getting invited into a pro team. So you're a category 1, you're really fast, you're getting results, teams start noticing, they offer you a contract, you accept, you move into the pro category, which then obviously allows you to do other types of races. That is the top, pretty much the goal of most cyclists here in the US. So we've ran through the whole process of being a beginner all the way to becoming a professional racer in the US. This is specifically for road racing, mountain bike, track, cyclocross, all that stuff is very similar, but the numbers change a little bit. So now let's run through the points. Now we know how many points we have to get to each category. How do we get those points? It's pretty easy. So all you have to do is follow the table that is online, and I will put right here on the screen. And basically on the left, you will see the placements. First through 11th is the possibility of getting points, and then on top you will see the number of starters on that race. So if you're doing a race that has less than 5 riders, you actually won't get any points. You have to have at least 5 starters in a race to get points. If there are between 5 and 10 riders, you get a certain amount of points, 10 to 20, 21 to 49, 50 to 69, and 70 plus. So there is 5 different ways of getting points. If you live in a place that doesn't have a lot of racers and you're a novice, you're probably not going to get a lot of points. In Idaho specifically, where I live, there's not a lot of novices, usually less than 5 register, which means that you wouldn't get a lot of points, if any at all. So at that point, you would just voluntarily upgrade to category 4. Let's run through this table real quick. In a field of 5 to 10 starters, the first 3 get points, 3 to 1 accordingly. In a field of 11 to 20, which I believe is most common in the US, the first 6 will get points, starting at 7, then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then 21 to 49, which is also a very common size field in the US, the first 7 will get points starting at 8, and then 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then in fields of 50 to 69, which is not very common, the first 9 will get points starting at 10, and then 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And finally, fields of 70 or bigger, which I feel like only happen in California or Texas. I haven't seen one. Well, I've seen one, I haven't raced in one yet. The first 11 of those 70 plus will get points starting at 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So those are the ways to get points. These points apply to mass start races, which means criteriums, road races, and stage races. So if you're doing an omnium or a stage race that has several days of racing that include these different types of racing, the general classification applies too. So that is pretty much the breakdown of the point system here in the US from USA Cycling. You will find races that are not sanctioned, that don't require these points. Those are not very common because this system was created to pretty much have people race with others of the same level as them, which I believe is one of the coolest things. I think more countries should have a system like this, and I'm very grateful to be here and be doing my job going through it. At this point, as some of you might know, I am a category 3, looking to upgrade to category 2 soon, and so I'll be doing a lot of videos on those adventures. Thank you for watching the video. Subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer those. Check out below the links of all the usual stuff: Patreon, merch, Instagram, etc., etc. And I'll see you guys on the next video.